Hello, I'm Paige Damage and welcome to another video. I thought I'd do things a bit differently. I might change my format a few times before I'm satisfied with my content. Firstly, this video is going to be 100% scripted as I get way too distracted when I'm trying to freestyle. I also need to work more on my writing skills. I've run enough from this. Secondly, this isn't a video of me complaining about something, which is why I want this to be more coherent. Disclaimer, as a direct result, I may sound more dead inside than usual and more fancy in my speech. It is still me, and these are still my words though. Let me start at the beginning. It has just been the holidays and I've been enjoying watching movies and doing nothing, especially since I've been busy for the entire year up until now. Among stuff I watched was a talk show that my friend does every 2 weeks. I'll leave a comment to it if anyone's interested. The theme of this episode was Christmas media or something along that line. So people started talking about their favorite Christmas movie. I chimed in from the comments with Polar Express. Polar Express is a CGI Christmas movie about a boy who gets on a train in the middle of the night heading to the North Pole. Along the way, funny shenanigans ensue. It's a heartwarming story about belief and how to enjoy things and not take things too seriously. It's also a funnily action movie-ish. All in all, a fun movie. One of the hosts, the friend that I mentioned, said that they could never finish that movie as it was way too creepy. Then one of the other hosts said, "Oh yeah, I actually like that movie." Which had me thinking. I personally noticed that one of the main telltale signs of someone predisposed to the Uncanny Valley effect is the fear of clowns. So I asked the host that liked the movie, "Do you fear clowns?" To which she said, "No, I don't," thus confirming that the reason he liked the movie was because he was immune to the Uncanny Valley effect. More on this later. So what is the Uncanny Valley? It's defined from Wikipedia as a hypothesized relation between an object's degree of resemblance to a human being and the emotional response to the object. In human talk, when something looks very closely to a human, but isn't quite there. A good example is clowns, oddly as they're human, but because of the face paint they're now less human looking, so they hit that Uncanny Valley area. I think one of the reasons why people didn't think clowns were creepy at first is that they were seen from a distance. That was the whole point of having the face paint on to begin with. People couldn't see them smile from the circus stand, so they had their face painted with a big smile so people would know they're happy, or at least supposed to be. Apparently it was a Japanese professor who first coined the term in 1970. This was studied in regards to robotics, though now it is more generally used. The original theory was that the closer something is to a human, the more it is likable, up to a point where it's smack middle in between looking just like a human but a bit off, at which point it becomes unsettling and creepy. If that point is passed, then it becomes likable again, thus the idea of an uncanny valley. That being said, in my humble opinion, it's not about the thing itself but the observer, thus it's more of an uncanny valley effect than an area of creepiness. In other words, it's not something that everyone is subjected to. Referring back to the good old Wikipedia, apparently research on this phenomenon was conducted with interesting results. Now, a lot of the stuff was science lingo that went straight over my head, but from what I could gather, even monkeys are prone to this effect. So the scientists have concluded it has nothing to do with culture, it's an evolutionary trait. Furthermore, based on MRI scans, it seems to be from a perceived mismatch of what the movement should be versus what it actually is. This reminds me of motion sickness, where an individual experiences this association between the movement that they see and the movement that they feel, making them sick. It's not the same, but interestingly similar, as motion sickness is also something relatively new. Now, why am I personally fascinated by this subject? Well, because I'm completely immune to it. I've never feared clowns, and to me personally, The Polar Express is an awesome movie. The characters look fine to me. Something that is presumed that everybody, including monkeys, have, I don't. I can already tell some people will be rolling their eyes going, "Sure you do, what a brave girl, you want some brownie points?" How am I so sure? Because I've seen it happen before. In comment sections on YouTube, when people call something uncanny and creepy, there will be other people saying it looks fine to them. As humans, we only ever have one point of view. It doesn't matter how empathic we are. We can never fully understand the point of view of someone else. So obviously we can't see if someone is truthful or not, and when something sounds unbelievable, we just don't believe it. So for everyone else, people who are immune seem like they want to show off how cool they are. But believe me that I'm not here to brag. I just want to talk about a subject that is interesting to me. Speaking of interesting, the immunity to the Uncanny Valley has seemingly been associated with neurodivergency or autism. As far as I know, I have no symptoms of autism or any form of neurodivergency. But I could be wrong as I have never been tested for either of them. Another reason may be generational, in the idea that the new generation is more used to CGI and uncanny things, though I doubt it as this would not explain clowns. which have nothing to do with technology. I'm also older than that one friend who doesn't like the movie because of the creepy CGI. So in conclusion, what is the Uncanny Valley effect? As I point out in my few examples, it's not about the thing itself, but rather the emotion it evokes. That's why I prefer to call it an effect. It doesn't seem to be something specific that can be pointed out with rational conclusions. It's a feeling, a gut feeling at that. Why does it exist? As far as I looked, the article on Wikipedia, there doesn't seem to be a good answer. It's just a thing that exists. My best guess would be it's a response to the rapid advancement of technology and the inherent fear that we could be tricked into believing something is human when it's not. Though clowns once again ruin that theory a bit. Or maybe, like that one person on the internet said, it's a survival instinct that was, at some point in time, needed. And that's about it for this subject. Unfortunately, these videos will take longer to make, as scripts take longer to make than just turning on the recorder and blabbing my mouth off. So the next video will come out when you see it. Do consider leaving your opinion in the comments. I am very curious to hear what other people's opinions are regarding this. Tell me if you enjoy the script style, give it a like if you think it deserves one, subscribe if you like being hit with random ideas. Thank you for watching, and goodbye!